second step in making my movie is to create an animated image that's going to be my second image in my video. I'm going to drag that asset down onto my timeline. I'm going to expand it so it's about 6 seconds long, so it'll go to 12 seconds on the timeline. And then once I do that, I'm going to move my scrubber so it's at the beginning of my second image. I'm going to right click. Now the option here is show properties. So when I click show properties, what I see up here are all the different ways I can change how that image appears. I'm going to click motion. When I do that, I'm also going to select show keyframes. Now I can see I've got my timeline both on the top and also on the timeline. So I got that scrubber on both places. When I have my scrubber near the beginning of my clip, and I've expanded my motion by just clicking on that triangle, what I want to do next, I can obviously move my timeline up and down so I can see more of my options here. What I'm going to do is click on my toggle animation. When I do that, I actually get keyframes at the beginning of my video clip or my image. And when I do that, what I've done is I've said I want these properties to be in effect, and it's going to look exactly like it does at this point. Now what I want to do is I want to take and change this. So I'm going to move the scrubber about halfway through the clip. When I do that, I'm now going to change my scale so it gets a little bigger. I'm going to click and drag my image so that I move it. I'm actually changing its position, and I've changed its scale. Now, what I want the last part of that image to do is actually start spinning, but I don't want it to spin from beginning till end. So right here where it says rotation, I'm going to click on that, add a keyframe right there. So what I've done by adding that keyframe right here is I've said I want to lock that in. It's going to stay. When I move the scrubber from here to there, it'll get bigger and it'll change its position, but it's not going to spin at all. But now I'm going to take my scrubber, I'm going to move it till the end. Then what I want to do is I want to say rotate right. And notice every time I rotate it, I've locked that into position as well. So now it's going to rotate, but it's only going to rotate from the keyframe here until it gets to that keyframe there. And you notice in the beginning it just gets bigger as I go on the timeline, and then it rotates the second part of it. So what I've done now is I've created my second image, and I've added a keyframe and changed its properties so it actually moves during the movie.